Do you want to know how to make thousands of fragments every day from your node manager? In this video, I'm going to show you how you can unlock the special bonus node every day, multiple times a day for amazing rewards. If this is your first time on my channel, you are missing out. Make sure you check out the description down below for additional badass Black Desert Mobile content. You won't be disappointed. Last week, Black Desert Mobile updated the node manager, so now more than ever, it is imperative to level up your node manager. First, you're going to go to your node manager. You're going to want to go to the trading post inside of your account. If you click on node, you can actually see the amount of workers on the left, and you can actually select the workers that you want to take with you. And then you can actually see on the right the tasks, the level of your node, the occupied nodes, depleted nodes, anything like that. So you do want to make sure you have the max amount of workers on your node right now. If you click on the magnifying glass, you can actually see the node manager effects for each level. As you level up your node manager, you do get bonus effects like node limit, additional workers, and an increased rewards with those, which means every time you collect from the nodes, you do get additional benefits. The sweet spot for the node manager is level 18. At level 18, you actually unlock the node limit level 6. Once you get to level 6, it actually gives you the chance to get the extra special bonus node, which just gives you more of additional fragments depending on whichever node that you are on. So you definitely want to at least get to level 18. Obviously, the higher level is going to give you the opportunity for more workers and higher bonus rewards. All right, so now that we're in the node, there's a couple things you want to focus on. First and foremost, you don't want to collect anything from your nodes until you've collected the special node, the special bonus node, which I have right here. The special bonus node is only triggered after you collect stuff from the nodes. Whether it's silver or any of the items down below, any one of them has the chance to trigger the special bonus node. So it's very important that when you first come in here, the very first thing you do is retrieve your special bonus reward. So right here it says I have 600 relic fragments chance opportunity for. I do have my best worker on there, which gives me the chance to double those rewards. So I didn't get the double on that one, unfortunately, but here's an example I have of another one for you guys. And I do want to point out here that the farther left that these fragments are, so the opportunity to be on the far left, I do get double there. It started off at 400. The farther left they are, the lower the opportunity to get those are. The second thing I want to show you is I claimed that one first, and then I went and claimed all the sub ones, and it triggered another opportunity for a special bonus node right away. So now I can finish claiming the rest of those nodes, pull back the workers, and then set up shop with those alchemy stone fragments, those 800, which is going to give me the opportunity to turn into 1600 or 1600. Now, like I was saying earlier, it's very important to notice that on the far left, it gives you the opportunity for 400, and at 800 on the far right, it's giving the opportunity for 1200. That's why level 18 is so important, because if you don't have level 18, you can't be on 6 nodes at once. If you're not on 6 nodes at once, it takes 5 nodes to be on regular nodes, and then that special bonus node that gives you the opportunity for the 1200 fragments, you do have to be at level 18 to get that unlocked. That's why it's imperative to do that, and that's why it's imperative to also make sure that you claim your special bonus node as soon as you go into the node. Next, I'm going to go over some tips on how to trigger it through your workers. Let's talk about which workers to focus on for the node. For the node manager, vitality workers decrease the amount of food demand when dispatching for the node. Strength workers grant additional node management experience when retrieving work items, so the workers get more experience. So if you're trying to level up a worker, strength workers will level up quicker. Dexterity workers, when retrieving items, they reward amounts may double in proportion to their dexterity. So it's very important to hire dexterity workers for your node manager. Then I do have 2 dexterity workers for my node. They are both of the yellow ones, and they both do have high dexterity, and then I use them to focus on the special nodes. The second thing that got upgraded and you want to focus on is the items underneath. You do get more, they do take less time. You do want to focus on items that usually are under 2 hours, because by the time you finish farming that depleted node, you want to be able to try to farm as many things as possible right away again. So typically I'll farm items like the silver items that will take 35 minutes to farm. I will farm ancient tabs and boss stamps because they're usually right around 2 hours and I can claim them relatively quickly. So you do want to make sure you focus on farming items that don't take a whole lot of time, 3-4 hours when the node only takes 2 hours to finish. That way when you come back in here again, you have more opportunities to trigger that special node. Here's an example of one that requires your node manager to be at level 18. It does offer the opportunity to give me 1200 relic fragments, and if I put a good dexterity worker in there, I get the chance to double those rewards. Again, you do have to have 5 of the regular nodes filled, which requires you to be at level 6, as you can see there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you have that done, again, make sure that you don't claim any of these other options until you claim that node. Once you claim the other node, you can then claim the other ones to get the chance to trigger another special node like I showed you already once. So let's see if I have the opportunity to trigger the double, and I do. I get 2400 relic fragments. Now, I know there's also a hot time event going on right there now, which you can buy these relic fragments for 100 black pearls. I'm not sure why you could do that, why you would do that when you can come in here and get them for free. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you hit that like button, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Let's take a look at the total tab on the bottom left. You can actually see all your workers. Now, there's a couple things you could do here. You could actually name your workers accordingly. So if you have workers that are specifically for dexterity, you could label them dexterity. If they're strength, you could label them strength, and if they're vitality, you could label them vitality. So that could make it so, it's easier for you when coming into these nodes or when you're gathering resources. I already know which workers are going to be good for which. My 2 yellow workers are the ones that I put on the special node. So that's the first thing. You can actually, if you're on nodes, you actually hit the withdraw button at the bottom left, and it'll pull all your workers back at once, so that way you can reposition them quicker. If you go to the overview tab on the bottom left, it actually shows you all the resources that you have, because it does take food and resources to put workers out and to gather stuff. You can actually see your local fame in the top left. You do want to work on increasing your local fame. The higher your fame is, the higher the rewards is, depending on whichever node that you are farming on. So if you go to this one right here, Cron Castle, and you click on the little, scroll there, you can actually scroll and see which you get depending on what your fame is. So the higher your fame is, the better the rewards are. How do you increase your fame? Well, the best way to increase your fame is just by keeping workers on the node. If you always want to have workers on these nodes working to increase your fame, to increase the level of the node, that way you can maximize the rewards, which just in return gets you better rewards and trigger that special node. All right, so now you're a pro at unlocking the special node. The last thing that you want to focus on, I've kind of already covered, is the subcategories for what you can farm. This node right here is a great example. So for instance, you see here, each one of these gives a boss stamps. The bottom one gives 2, the top one gives 3, and the middle one gives 4. The top one gives 3 with only 1 person farming. The middle one gives 4 with 2 people farming. And then the bottom one gives 2 with 2 people farming. If you click on the top one, you only have to send 1 person. It takes 1 hour and 54 minutes for that 1 person to farm 3. The middle option is you get 4 for 2 people farming, so you get 4, and it takes 2 hours and 24 minutes for those 2 people to farm 4. So you have 2 people farming 4 at the rate that the one guy's farming 3 and getting it at less than 30 less minutes. The last option is the same actually, but it's just worded differently. You have 2 people out there, so they're getting 4 at 2 hours and 24 minutes as well. So this one up top says there's 4, and the one at the bottom says 2. The last option you can see on the right here is amount left to farm. The middle option says 40, 36, and 20. Once you've depleted those, they will refresh and give you different options. So basically, when I'm farming on the nodes, I'm trying to farm at least 1 or 2 of these silver options right here, so that way they trigger in less than 35 minutes. I like to farm the boss stamps, whichever the best option is, depending on whatever nodes I'm on at the moment. If I can't get boss stamps, I'll go for ancient ruins tabs as well, so one of those. I always make sure I farm the better of the 3 options, depending on whichever one I'm at, because just like I showed you up here, not all of them are as valuable. If I was going to farm this one, I'd farm the top one, because I'm getting 3 in 30 less minutes. I'm only losing out on 1, and I'm only losing out on 1 worker. So if I had 2 of those options, I could be getting 6 in the same time that those guys were getting 4 in 30 less minutes. So you definitely want to make sure you pay attention to what you're farming at, as well as triggering the smaller things too, like these black pearls. I know some people like to farm them. I do not. It takes literally 1 every 8 hours, and if you have a good worker on there and it triggers double, you're getting 2 every 8 hours. I know Black pearls are valuable. I'm just not a fan of it. You can see what it takes down below as well, as far as the resources, the food, the iron, and then you're also usually wasting 3 workers for that 1 every 8 hours. So it really all depends on what you want to farm. I definitely make sure you pay attention to what's more valuable. Trigger as much as you can, so that way you can trigger those special nodes. Thank you guys for tuning in. That's everything for this video. Make sure you go out there and crush it and get as many relics as you can. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. With that being said, I will see you next time.